Welcome everybody to LYN Live. That means Live Younger Now. Oh, and I am so excited for this program tonight. I hope you brought your friends who have pets, and if that are like on the fence about this or that are already using this, and if not, call them right now and give them lynlive.com and tell them to get on, because these aren't recorded that we can send to you. And this is going to be so good because, when you're talking about animals, you can use the real words. Um, so, and tonight, my favorite person is Chere Cormier, who is an animal educator, what's the word, Chere?
Communicator.
Communicator. Well, I bet she educates them too. And she has the Saturday night program at 8, is that right? At 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we've been saying we really ought to get together and do animal tales because we've got so many animal stories. I mean, if you're using iHeRQles and you're not giving it to your animals, shame on you. So, Chere, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you and your connection with animals.
Well, first of all, I've been on iHeRQles for 3 years now, and I'm 75 and just getting younger and younger. And I've been an animal communicator for 25 years, and and a healer. I'm an energy healer also. And my main Stallone is I have 5 cats now. I lost my little Shih Tzu. And Stallone had 6 tumors in his lungs from parasites. And iHeRQles we're shrunk those tumors down. And now we have one left. So I am just so proud of him. He does not like it. He will never like it. But I just spray one little squirt on his tooth because with 5 cats, I can't spray it on the food because I won't know how much is in his body. And he has to have the proper amount every single day. But he's doing amazing. His energy's up. He bosses the other cats around. You would never believe what was inside his little body. So he's just amazing. That's Stallone. And I do a lot of healing work, energy healing work, and theta healing.
Well, wait a minute. Tell me what the vet said when he saw that or she saw that.
Well, when she saw the X-ray, she said, "Oh no, we have to retake this. Something is wrong." So then she did a lateral. She laid him all kinds of ways, and she couldn't find him. And so she said, "Well, this is I don't know. What have you been doing?" And so I said, "Well, iHeRQles for one thing. I do energy work on him, but I think the iHeRQles is really the main thing that has been shrinking it." And so this particular vet is in New Orleans, and she is also on iHeRQles herself, and she gives to her clients. So she was just totally blown away because she thought it was cancer. I knew it wasn't cancer. It was parasites that went into the lungs and formed tumors. But she kept saying it was cancer. I kept saying, no, it's parasites. And so, but iHeRQles proved that it wasn't cancer because they're shrinking. And even if it was, they're shrinking.
Even if it was, I'm sure that would have been because we've heard of a lot of those happening with our pets.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We can use that word with pets. We
Yes,
can't say that about our friends, our two-legged friends, but our four-legged friends, whole different thing.
Yeah,
Well, you've shared this with quite a few vets, haven't you now?
I have 3 vets that are actually using the iHeRQles and patches themselves. So then it just gets, and I have gotten into the horse community here in Houston. So I'm very excited about that because that's a whole market of people that really You know,
spend a lot of money on their animals.
yes, they have the finances to do this type of therapy. And yeah, yeah. I had one particular performance horse that would move his head and stomp his feet before they let him go out. And he would not be focused on where she wanted him focused. And his head, and he'd be stomping his feet, you know, just real anxious and excited to get to perform. And so I said, stress and anxiety, that's my favorite patch. I'm sure it's his too. And we put it on the bridle, and that horse grounded and calmed down and won first prize.
Wow.
First time, and only like 2 hours before the performance.
Wow.
So
That's amazing.
it is totally.
Let me ask you, because there may be some people on here that really don't even know what iHeRQles is. What do you tell your pet people?
I tell them that iHeRQles is 40 different herbs. It is food for your blood. And just like people have dirty blood, guess what? So do our animals have dirty blood. And so I know we're supposed to say spray it on the food, but I just tell my clients that this will clean up inflammation in the body. And we have zombie cells, and which are senescent cells, just exactly like our animals do. And so this goes in, opens the microcirculation, and flushes out any of the inflammation, any of the senescent zombie cells. All of that is just released because it's open. The microcirculation is open, and that's why they don't have pain, they don't have inflammation, because iHeRQles is the magical spray. Thank God we have it on our planet at this time.
I say thank God for that every single day. There's nothing like it. You know, I've been in natural healing and energy medicine for more than 50 years now. And it wasn't until I've used this for 4 years now. And it wasn't until this that I really had something that I could give to absolutely everybody and every single pet. And I know that it will open the blood, clean the blood, boost the immune system, stimulate stem cell production, and actually reverse biological age. You know, you were talking about getting rid of inflammation. I want to tell you a story. Donald, could you put up can you let me do a screen share? Or can I do a screen share now?
Yep, you should be able to.
Okay, I want to show you. I want to tell you a story. And then I want to show you this. Okay, yeah, okay. So this is a little puppy. I want to tell you about this puppy. You see, standing up for the last 2 years of his life, this puppy was paralyzed from the front legs back, and he dragged his little back legs. The vet actually wanted to said we should put him down. He's never going to get better. You know, it's just, you know, so much work. And they didn't, thank God, because they heard me talking about a horse, and I'm going to tell the horse story later too. And this is one share that you need to tell to your horse people if you haven't already. But she had listened to me tell the horse's story and thought, well, it's worth a shot. And she started spraying iHeRQles on her dog's food. And in 2 weeks' time, the dog they took this picture, this video. I'm going to show you this little video here. Tell me if it plays okay. There's no voice to this, but look at it. This is the first time he's standing up. He hadn't stood up in 2 years.
Oh, precious.
I mean, he's trying so hard, but look at, you know, and now this was a while ago. This was a while ago. Okay. Let me undo that here. Stop screen share. Is that amazing?
Totally.
Now, I have another video somewhere else, but it was all narrated and you can't hear that video on a Zoom like this. So I wanted to share with you this one, but then about, I don't know, a couple months later, she sent me another one of the puppy running around. I mean, fully functional. I just think that is amazing.
It's amazing. It is amazing.
So, you know, it got rid of the inflammation, it cleared out whatever toxic stuff, because they don't know what caused it to become paralyzed. But here it is, she's fine and she's running around like a puppy again. So I love that story. And now
I
I
love that video.
I'll send it to you. Because you really, you know, with all the vets and people that you're talking to, it would be a good thing for you. Oh, shoot. It would be, oh, shoot. Sorry, my technical expertise here. Shoot. Sorry. I, shoot. Oh my gosh. Hold it. Well, tell us a story and then I'll go find what I was trying to show you.
Well, I'm going to tell you my most favorite story. First of all, I have Rosie the cat in Dallas. And this cat has been on the patches and on iHeRQles, spray on the tooth. And she has pancreatitis. So her pancreas is not working properly and her thyroid was not working. And suddenly the pancreatitis is gone. She's been on it like probably 2 months now. And her thyroid has lowered to a normal level. She is eating more. So she's gained weight because pancreatitis, they get real thin.
Hmm.
And so she's doing fabulous. That's Rosie. And she just had her blood work done. And I've done some animal communication with Rosie. And now she's on an iHeRQles. And so is her mom,
Do you
Susan.
ask the pets what they think about the iHeRQles?
Nasty. Nasty. I can tell you what my cats tell me. But that's okay. They get it anyway.
Well, I sure give it to my dog, but so I want to show you the horses thing.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna do another screen share. Jim Barnett sent me these pictures. This is a multi-million-dollar racehorse, and they were gonna have to put it down because it got this split in its hoof. Let me show you that. Share. Okay, so you can see the split in his hoof.
Oh,
Okay, so they had been the owners of this racehorse obviously didn't want to put their horse down, but this kind of a severe crack has never healed, and then they can't walk, and if the horse can't walk, what can it do? So they were taking iHeRQles, and they decided, what the heck, let's just start putting it on his food and see if it'll make a difference. And again, in 2 weeks' time, which just, you know, animals have a metabolism that's so much faster than us. So
yeah.
you get results really quick. They spray, and I don't know how much they did. They sprayed 10 sprays on his food, on his oats or whatever, in the morning, and they did 10 sprays in the evening. And in 2 weeks' time, this is the hoof, totally healed. And when I saw that picture, I mean, I was like shocked, and you know, saved the horse, and how many others now can be saved with this.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and you got to tell your horse people about this
Oh, yeah.
and share these pictures. But
Yep.
when I saw this, what this said to me is, because I've been saying forever, this is quantum nutrition. This proves it. You know why? Quantum energy can be either a particle or a wave. And when we spray this under our tongue, it goes into our bloodstream as a particle and opens up the circulation and cleans the blood and nourishes us back to health. There's no blood vessels in that horse's hoof. So how do you think it got in? It got in as a quantum wave. And that just, every time I say that, it gives me goosebumps because there is nothing on the planet like this. And
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what happened with that, with, I think it's Coco's back, you know, and going from being paralyzed to not. And this is the pictures that she saw that made her think, well, maybe this could help her dog. So I wanted to show you that because I mean, that too, this miraculous stuff. You know, we have been so misinformed. We have been so unprogrammed or misprogrammed by big pharma and by everybody. I mean, the news. And this is a paradigm shift. It truly is. This is the only product out there that actually can reverse conditions like this that every doctor or vet would say is irreversible. Put them down.
Yeah, exactly. And I would have added spray iHeRQles on the hoof.
And they didn't do that. They just sprayed it in, and this is a result.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I love these. Did you ever hear my neighbor's dog story?
No.
All right, this is another oh my God story. This was this is a while ago. Our neighbor's dog, big something, it was a mix of everything, dog, one day just laid down, quit eating, quit drinking, quit walking. They took him to the vet. The vet said, there's nothing I can do. He's got a mass around his heart. His organs are starting to shut down. Take him home and just love on him because he's only got maybe a day or so. And they took him home. They told Josh that story. Josh told me, and I said, run him over a bottle of iHeRQles. And don't tell him anything except spray it in his mouth because he wasn't drinking water or eating anything. Just spray it in his mouth like every 2 hours, just to spray every 2 hours. Because their son had just been killed by a drunk driver and they had not even had the funeral yet. And here I'm thinking, oh my God, this dog is going to die during the funeral, or it's going to die and they're all going to be off at the funeral. It's not going to have anybody there. So I figured it would give him a little bit more time. So Josh goes over the next day. The dog meets him at the door with his tail wagging.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't know, a couple months later, they were having a birthday party for a 3-year-old grandbaby, and the dog was running around the yard like a puppy.
It's amazing.
This all is amazing. It works. It is 100% plant-based. It is pure. There's nothing artificial in it. There's not even preservatives in it. The way they preserve it, they have taken 3 plants and fermented them to produce its own plant-based alcohol. You'll see on the package of iHeRQles that it says it's got, I don't know, some sort of alcohol, but that's because of some stupid labeling laws that will only let them put on the label what they've got in their list. And they obviously didn't have this type of plant-based alcohol on their list. But there's nothing like this.
This is medicine of the future. This is it.
And we are the future. This is the future. And this company, the whole mission of this company is to change healthcare. Because who in their right mind would take drugs or supplements or give their pets drugs or supplements if you can spray plants under your tongue and
Yep.
reverse it all
Yep.
and get younger?
And have less wrinkles.
I know. Chere and I are both 75, and she was telling before we turned the sound on that she had somebody that she hadn't seen in 4 years, and they couldn't get over how young she looked. And same thing happened to me at church a couple of weeks ago. Old friends of mine that I hadn't seen for 4 years did not recognize me. You know, I'm going, it's Kare, and they're going, oh my God. Yeah, this is a miracle. And this is just food from God's garden. Our bodies were made for food. They were not made for drugs and supplements. They were made for food. So what other stories you got?
Oh, I have a great one. This is Jeffrey. Jeffrey is a goldfish. And Jeffrey's parents I have had as clients for years. And she called me about maybe, I don't know, time, I'm not good with time. So it must be maybe 6 weeks, maybe 2 months. And she said, Jeffrey has a growth on the side and he's slowing down. And I asked her today, I said, well, how old is Jeffrey? This goldfish is 20 years old.
Are you kidding me?
20 years old.
How big is
And
it? How big
he's
is
big.
Jeff?
He is big. And
Yeah,
she has a gigantic aquarium with other fish, but the main thing is Jeffrey. And she keeps the water oxygenated. She gives him a variety of food. He does not get regular food. He gets a variety of food. She has traveled with this fish over the years.
how do you travel with a fish?
If she moves from one location, to
Oh
another.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, the whole fish and everything. She keeps, this is pristine. And so she said that Jeffrey is going for, what do you call it when you go for the world record for the
Oh
oldest
yeah.
fish?
Uh-huh.
That's what Jeffrey is going for. Well, she was very concerned with this growth on the side. So I said, well, let's do an experiment. Let's take pain and inflammation. First of all, she said, you have to talk to Jeffrey and see if he's in any pain. So I talked to him and I said, Jeffrey, are you in pain? And he said, yes, I'm old and I'm in pain and I'm slowing down. So that's all. So I told her that. And she said, well, what are we going to do? Share anything you have. Can you do energy work? I said, let's try an experiment. Let's take a patch and just put it on the glass of pain and inflammation. So we took the patch, stuck it on the glass, and I said, let me know how he's doing. Well, I didn't hear from her. And then she called me the other day and she said, well, I keep putting patches on the glass. Every 3 days, I put a new patch. And the growth is now smaller. And Jeffrey is now swimming with energy he's never had before.
Oh my gosh.
A 20-year-old fish
With a patch on the I
on the glass. So
when you said fish, I thought, are you putting drops in the water? Are you taking him out and putting a little iRevive on his side?
on the glass, because these patches, which I have on two right here, they are bioenergetic. So you don't have to have it on your skin. Actually, you can put it on the glass and that fish would swim by and rub up against the glass.
Oh my God.
He felt the frequency. And she said that on the side where the growth is, the scales were worn off from him rubbing up against the glass.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a fish.
They know. Oh my
They
God.
know.
Well, and I'm sure all the other fish in the tank are feeling really good too.
I'm sure.
Because the patch has given them all of the frequencies from iHeRQles, frequencies to ground the EMFs, and another 50 frequencies that deal from minerals and plants and flower essences and homeopathics and crystals, all the different kinds of frequencies that deal with pain and inflammation. And then that little fish body's taking what it needs, and all the other ones are too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And
That
so, I mean, that to me just blew my mind, you know.
that me too. Me too. Okay, so tell everybody your tree story. I mean, it's supposed to be about animals, but this kind of fits in the, oh my gosh.
I have a big oak, a water oak, and they live to be 40. Well, my house is 40 years old, so the tree is, she's elderly, and her name is She Tree, and she got some sap beetles, and those things are just horrible. They literally drink the sap out of the tree.
Hmm.
And I had the tree doctor come over, and he trimmed some limbs, and he said, Chere, he gave her pesticides and then vitamins, and he said, she's fighting, but I don't think she's going to make it. And this is a big, gorgeous tree in my yard. So I said, you know what? I'm going to put pain and inflammation on the tree. So I put pain and inflammation on two of the holes. You know, they have little indents. And so I stuck it in there, and I changed it. Both of those, I changed it every 3 days. And he came back 2 months later, and he said, I can't believe this tree is now sprouting green leaves all over the place. He said, this is highly unusual, Cher. And he said, what is that little brown thing in there? Oh, that's a quantum patch, a bioenergetic patch. And he just looked at me like I fell off the planet somewhere. So I said, look, you probably have sore muscles, don't you? From lifting the tree limbs when you cut the trees and everything. Try one of these pain and inflammation patches. And I just stuck it on him. And so he's now a client of mine, but the tree is doing fabulous. I mean, she's making it. She's fighting. She's thriving.
Awesome. All right. I'm asking a question to all of you out there that are listening. How many of you would have thought of putting a patch on a tree? That just. All right. You want to hear another dog story?
Yes.
Josh sent me this today. Hold on. I've got to find it. Kim sent it to Josh, and this is from one of her customers. The owner of the dog is Lisa. So these are two dog stories that are just great. And we hear these all the time. Oliver is a 35-pound mixed breed, at least 19 years young pup. Perhaps even older because he was a rescue, and they know he was at least 19 years young because they've had him for 18 years and he was a full-grown dog when he came. So clearly he has age-related issues, and in the last number of years, severe arthritis in both front legs. His back right knee is beginning to have some issues. He's considered to be in kidney decline and is pretty deaf and already partially blind. Oliver began iHeRQles, iRevive, and iPatches to help with these age-related issues, managing his evening walk and negotiating stairs, and soon after including iHeRQles with his food. He has been I missed something because he wasn't able to go out on his walks before. Now he is eager to go on his walks and has been able to go up and down stairs. He closes his eyes so that he can have iRevive on them, and his family feels he's staving off total blindness. He recently started to decline and mobility again, and they put a joint patch on him, and since then he's moving great again. Oliver is also getting iRevive around his ears to help with his hearing.
Oh, how
So, yeah. Giddy, another rescue, is a 12-year-old large how do you say this? Boucheron? Pooch? You know that kind of
Um,
dog?
yes.
Is
Uh,
that it? Boucheron? Bouceron. I don't know what that.
Bouchon, Bouchon,
Is that how you spell
Bichon.
Bichon?
Yeah, Bichon.
Wow. Well, that's really weird. Weighing in at 75 pounds. She's a beautiful big girl. Sadly, she was considered in liver failure in December due to a tick disease. And although she was treated with antibiotics, fortunately, she had already started with iHeRQles before that and continued through that time and then afterwards. And now she has the vitality of a puppy. Her owner can hardly keep up with her now. And it was a truly miraculous recovery. Giddy also has had a tendency for benign growths and had a half-inch growth on her paw that was really hurting her. And after putting iRevive on the growth a couple of times a day, the growth has gone in a week. Already after the very first application of iRevive, her family could clearly see that it was beginning to change and become smaller, and they were stunned. Her owner, a big-time iHeRQles fan, also said to please tell everyone she decided to try the allergy patch on herself and has had immediate relief. So she highly recommends them.
That's amazing.
I know it. I love hearing these, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
I bet you've got some more. By the way, I just got a text just while I was reading that. It came in from Peggy, who is the mother of the girl who owns that dog, and she said she just got off work. And I know it's later at your house, the hours are. I don't know if okay, she didn't read my message. So she doesn't know we're on here talking about her. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so what else do you got?
I have a parrot story. This parrot is a big macaw. You know the great big ones?
Yeah.
Big macaw. And so this parrot is very jealous of the wife of 8 years, and the parrot will literally attack the woman. If he's out of the cage, he's running after her to bite her. And so the husband, who I played tennis with for years, he said, Chere, you got to help me. My wife is ready to get rid of the parrot because we can't control him. I can't let him out unless I'm home. And he's very jealous of her. So I said, okay, first I'm going to have a conversation with the parrot and lay it on the line. Look, you're going to be rehomed if you don't stop this behavior. And I said, let's put stress and anxiety on the cage. So we put a patch of stress and anxiety on the cage of the parrot, and he calmed down. He let the parrot out about 4 hours after the patch was on there. He looked at her and he walked away. Now, this was after the conversation we had that he has to change his behavior or he will be rehomed. But I think the stress and anxiety patch calmed him down, grounded him. And so he wasn't so aggressive and so nervous and jealous with the wife. So, and then I got a call from from the husband, and he said, how many patches do I get a month? He said, I'm going to just keep patches on the cage every 3 days. And so he puts the date on the patch like I taught him. And every 3 days he changes the patch because the parrot is more relaxed and calm when he's out of the cage and he's not aggressively going after her.
Amazing.
So
Donald just messaged me and said that someone had Larry and Martha, was that who? Have their hand up. They want to tell their dog story. So
Oh, wonderful.
Donald, can you make that happen?
All right. If you guys would accept the promotion to be a panelist, you'd be able to give your testimonial or story.
While they're getting that up, do you have any other stories, Chere?
Oh, I do. I have one of my little cats, Pantera, has allergies, and he scratched 2 little spots above his head, above his eyes, and he had no hair. And I put iRevive on both spots every day for about 6 days. Completely gone, and his hair is growing back. So that was iRevive. So all my animals have iRevive patches, and of course iHeRQles.
Not, well, mine too. I have a golden doodle. Donald, can you tell Larry what to do? It says,
Yep.
not sure what to do.
So it should pop up on your screen to be promoted as a panelist. You'd accept that promotion and you'll be able to rejoin. All right, looks like they're rejoining.
Oh,
Okay, good.
wonderful.
All
Yes.
right, good. So unmute yourselves and come on and put on your video,
Oh,
please.
and as a reminder, we do have a $2.99 giveaway. So
Oh,
if you'd like to
oh,
remind
yeah. At the end of this program, excuse me, we're going to give away a $2.99 package. And what we'll do is Donald will, he's got this magic thing that will just pick random. Somebody from the group will read your name, and if within a minute, if you can put your ID number and you're on auto ship, we will send you a $2.99 package, which will have iHeRQles, iRevive, and iPatches in it. So look up your ID number right now if you don't know it by heart yet. All right, Larry and Martha, or is it just Martha?
Yes, just Martha.
Come on and tell your story, please.
Can you hear me?
Um,
Just barely.
and her picture's not coming up big.
Do you see my picture now, or
There
can you hear me?
Yes. Hi,
I had
Martha.
to unplug an external speaker. Okay, and Larry's here too. Okay, well, this is part 1 of the story. Our little 7-year-old blue heeler, Freckles, who we give belly rubs to several times a day, and we can't believe this happened so suddenly, but yesterday or the day before, we noticed that on her belly, she had this almost the size of an egg, at least the size of a ping pong ball, a firm tumor or something under the skin. So we immediately called our energy medicine man friend in Dallas, who isn't in this business yet, but I'm working on him. And he tested her and he said, well, let's assume that it's cancer. He wasn't real definitive that it was cancer. So I immediately called Jim Barnett, my old friend from 25 years plus. And he said, how many pounds? And I said, she's 45 pounds. And he said, put 3 sprays of iHeRQles on her food every day. And so we're doing that. We've only been doing it for 2 days, and we're especially after tonight, or even before hearing this tonight, we just know that within a few weeks that whatever it is, tumor is going to be dissolved, and we're very much looking forward to reporting to you that she's back to 100%. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, we will pray for that too, and you come back and tell us when that starts going down, because I'm sure it's already making a difference.
Thank you.
I would like to make a suggestion. You could even put iRevive right on the growth.
I would
Good
do that.
idea. I'll do that. I was thinking that tonight when I heard you all talking. And also, she chews herself raw on her back, even though we treat her for fleas. My daughter thinks she has allergies. We actually can't afford a vet right now, but uh, Jim Barnett said to rub iRevive on the spots where she's chewed herself raw. Now, she's going to lick and chew that off, but that's okay because she'll swallow it. And I figure it'll do her some good internally, too.
Absolutely. I have, this is the iRevive. My dog Chloe, gets real red and swollen feet from, I don't know, there's something on our property that I think she must be allergic to. And then she'll sit and lick her paws. And, you know, the vet gave her something and I was like really leery of having her lick that off. But I put iRevive on her paws. And I mean, this is edible. It is edible because it's all plants. And it within one day the swelling was gone, the itchiness was gone. And then she's developed itchy ears, and I just take my finger and get a little bit of it on there, doesn't take very much, and rubbed it in her ears. And I mean, this stuff is magic. You don't need other stuff, you know. You need this and this and eye patches. That's all you need for your skin, for your nutrition, for whatever ails you and your pets. Or your trees or your fish, you know.
You have to think outside of the box because you got to remember we're dealing with a frequency. And so frequency and waves, it's not like medicine, you know, it's very much different. And so frequency goes through walls. Frequency is like energy, you know, so yeah, it's new medicine. We're on the cutting edge of new medicine.
Well, you want to know the answers to the universe. It's frequency, vibration, and energy. And that's what these are.
Yeah.
That's Nikola Tesla.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Very exciting. Very, very exciting.
Do you have any other stories that you wanted to share with us tonight?
Well, my little Pori, who is no longer with us, she was a big iHeRQles person. She took that stuff, and I believe that's why she lasted so long with her heart that was failing for about a year. And I really believe that iHeRQles, and I would spray it on her tooth. One little spray a day because she was only 8 pounds. She was tiny. And
That was not a cat. That was the Shih Tzu.
yeah, that was my baby, my dog. And she went with me everywhere I went. And yeah, and so I think it extends our life because it is getting rid of the zombie cells. It is opening up our microcirculation, and the immune system can see what to flush out. And it stimulates stem cells in any organ that you need.
Yeah, stem cells can fix anything.
Yeah.
And the iRevive stimulates stem cell production on the skin. And then after it's fixed the skin, those fibroblast stem cells go internal and fix whatever else they can find, whether it's joints and arthritis or whether it's heart or eyes or whatever. Yeah, because they were putting iRevive on the dog's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's nothing like this on the planet. We are so fortunate to have this. And we're so fortunate to be some of the first people to have that. So that comes with a responsibility. And that's why we're sharing it. And we hope you share it too. And it also comes with compensation if you share it. And it's bigger compensation than I could ever imagine. So this has been an awesome program, Chere. Thank you for all your sharing.
Oh, I have one more. I have
Oh,
one
good. Go ahead.
I play tennis 6 days a week, And I carry my patches everywhere. I had it in my tennis bag. And I was walking to the court. It's right across the street from my home. And this little old dog was limping, and the woman was on the phone and she wasn't paying attention. Her dog was literally limping as they walked along. And so I stopped and I looked at her, and she said, "Can I help you?" I said, "I have something that can help your puppy." And well, it wasn't a puppy, it was an old dog. And so I pulled out a pain and inflammation and a joint patch because it was the back hip. So I put pain and inflammation on the front of the dog's chest, and then I stuck it right on the hip of the dog. And I gave her my phone number, and I got her cell phone number, and I said, let me know how she feels, in a couple of hours. Just give me a call. I'll be off the court. I live right here, and let me know. Well, she called me that afternoon and she said, "I have never seen," and the dog was 15 years old. And she said, "I have never seen," she calls him Pepe. "I have never seen Pepe feel so good and look so alive." And so she's on the patches now.
So Pepe was Pepe.
It was a Spanish lady, so I guess Pepe is a Spanish name for
Well,
something.
Chloe hurt her cruciate ligament in her knees. Am I saying that right? And it tore it. I mean, like tore it right in half. And she couldn't walk on it. And I took her to the vet, and the vet said, "Oh, this is not fixable. You're going to have surgery." It was like a $5,000 surgery. And you know me, I have bone on bone in my hips, and I wasn't going to have hip surgery. It was like, oh man, am I going to let my dog have knee surgery? And and they said too, that then you could, after this expensive surgery, that I would have to keep her off of furniture and the bed. And so she couldn't jump down for like months. And I'm going, that's impossible. She said, yeah, but could re-injure it and make the whole thing null and void. And so I said, okay, let me think about this. And meanwhile, I'm giving her iHeRQles every day in her food. I do it morning and evening. Sometimes I spray it in her water. And then I noticed that she was starting to put more weight on it. And that was maybe 9 months ago. She's running after squirrels, and it's like, I'm so glad I don't do everything doctors tell me,
Yeah, exactly. Because if they're a surgeon, all they want to do is surgery.
Well, that's what they know. They know drugs and they know surgery, and that's it. And
Yeah,
we've got other answers.
absolutely.
We've got food from God's garden that has been worked with for almost 50 years by quantum physicists, so that they've been able to take out the top molecules from those 44 of the most powerful plants on the planet, those top highest frequency, most active, most restorative molecules. And we get them into our bodies or even close to us, and they make a difference, a huge difference,
Oh,
a
yeah.
healing difference. So, do any of you have questions? If you do, just raise your hand. And we have another couple minutes here, we can answer that. Meanwhile, while we're waiting for questions, Donald, would you like to see who's the winner of our $2.99 1X package?
All right, 1 second. It looks like we have Belinda Price.
So Belinda, in the chat, put your ID number right now. You got a minute to put it in there. And the company will send this to you tomorrow.
Congratulations, Belinda.
We're waiting. Da, 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 da,
Oh, there she goes.
da, da.
She's got it.
Oh, really? Did she put their number in there?
Yep.
Yay. Because I'm seeing all these other ones saying congratulations. I never saw her put that in. I am so happy for you, Belinda, and we will get that on its way to you. So, Chere, what are your final words for people here?
Get started now. And don't be shy with your pets, because I don't have children. My pets are my babies. They are my children. And so I fervored them as though they were my children. And I want them to live as long as I can help them healthy. And that's what iHeRQles is all about. Patches, spray, and iRevive. Just like it works on us, it works on our pets. Just don't be shy. Get some and put it on them.
And if you're not using this yet, go back and call the person who told you about this program, because they're using it and they can answer your questions and help you get started. There's nothing like this. This is a blessing for us, our families, our friends. I mean, do you know how I've been sharing this ever since we first started using it and had amazing results. And I mean, we've got, I don't know, maybe 45,000 people using this now. And who knows how many of their pets, almost everybody's using it on their pets when they hear that, oh yeah, that'll work too. It's a paradigm shift. It's a paradigm shift. I tell people, who would take drugs or supplements? I mean, we're knowing supplements are causing all sorts of issues in our bodies. Our bodies are meant for food, and these molecules are food. If you put an isolated vitamin A in something, that's not a food. The body doesn't recognize that as a food, but these are whole molecules with all the nutrients in them. Who would do that? Drugs or supplements, if you can spray plants under your tongue or under your pets' tongues or on their food and reverse everything. This is what we've been waiting for, and probably you too. So thank you so much for coming tonight. We really appreciate your presence. And are there any hands up? I didn't see any. So we're going to say, God bless you all. Take good care of yourself. Drink a lot of water. Use your sprays, your iRevive, your patches, and then let us know your stories, because, we do these every night of the week. We have programs on LYN Live. It's like an LYN Live. And tomorrow night, tomorrow's Wednesday, I have an 8 o'clock program, and mine is on zombie cells and what they do in our bodies and how to reverse them. And then mine's at 8. And then at 9 o'clock, my son Joshua is doing a presentation on the compensation plan, which last week's was just amazing. He's got some really great things planned for tomorrow night as well. So don't miss these, and bring your friends. We're not preachy. We're not, it's all from the heart. I think you can tell, and we have fun with this. And one of the reasons that we have so much fun is because we are clear thinking and we're reversing our age and our issues, and we just feel good. So we want you all to feel good too. So blessings, everybody. Wait a minute. Here's a question from Jesse. Oh, can you read that, because it just went away?
Where on my left eye should use the iRevive?
I'll just use it on both eyes and just put it around your eyes. It'll help your skin. And then those fibroblast stem cells will then go in. Yeah, just keep using it and keep
Mhm.
us posted on the results on that. Any other questions?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, around the eye socket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It'll make your wrinkles go away too. And okay. All right. Any other questions? Well, we are at the top of the hour, so I'm gonna bid you adieu, but please come back and bring your friends. These
Yeah.
are always fun. And Chere, thank you so much. I just love you and your energy and your stories. And we need to do this again. And we
Yeah,
will. We
I'll
will.
have more stories.
And so will I. Blessings, everybody. Thank you, and see you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock.
Good night.